You've just been involved in a car accident and you're experiencing a lot of pain. The last thing you expect is that somebody or something is watching your every movement. Hello, I'm Eli Castronova. I represent injured people in Southern California. Most people, when they're involved in an accident and they make a claim against an insurance company, don't realize that the insurance company and artificial intelligence at this point is watching their every move. Insurance companies want to do everything they can to diminish the value of your case. They want to show that you're not injured or not injured as badly as you are. And they frequently do this by surveilling you. Now, what do? In my experience, in almost 40 years of representing injured people in accidents, I find that the list of things that insurance companies do to try to get intelligence on injured people is growing exponentially. Originally, they would have these investigators that would follow people and that would take videos or photographs in certain settings where they would try to show that they weren't injured as badly. The injured person is trying to lift something, or they're going up and down stairs, getting in and out of cars, things of this nature. And frequently what they would do is they'd only take photographs or turn on the camera when they have one of those got you moments, when they could try to spin it to show that maybe you weren't injured that badly. But when we're involved in accidents, we don't stop everything we're doing. Life has to go on. You have to work. You have to take care of your family. And there are certain things that you have to do that you do even though you're in pain. But insurance companies have used these photographs and these videos to try to show that people aren't hurt. So when an injured person comes into my office, what we do right away is we tell them, assume that you're being watched at all times, because you may be, and especially when we file a lawsuit, there almost always have surveillance, and this will be used against you. And they'll try to devalue your case. If the case goes to trial, especially, they'll try to show this to the jury to try to make it look like you're committing a fraud when all you're doing is living your life as you have to, and things that are necessary to do. In the present world, though, we have even more of these surveillance that are taking place. Almost everyone has some sort of social media presence. If not Facebook, they have Instagram, they have Snapchat, they have all of these other types of media, and they're posting photographs on there and often videos. So imagine if you're involved in an accident and you're on vacation because you had a pre-planned vacation. You couldn't get reimbursed. It was the only time maybe that you had a vacation set aside during the year, or were allowed to do that by your employer. And you post some pictures so your family and friends could see you in a natural setting, such as camping or in Mexico or something like that. Well, just assume that the insurance companies are watching this, that they could take that photograph, or they could take that video and they could use it against you to say, how could you be hurt? Look at your smiling, or you're swimming, or something of that nature, or climbing a Mayan temple or something, equally exotic. So they do that. And again, we tell every client that comes into our office that assume that there's social media out there that may somehow harm you. So we ask our clients, if possible, if you're planning to post on social media, make sure they're very benign postings, so this can't be used against you. Because after all, life goes on, work goes on, and you, even though you have pain, continue to do your activities. Also, artificial intelligence is misused very often by many corporations and especially insurance companies. So what they can do is they can edit out these social media posts so they only show the bad posts, or they could take a video and edit it so that it'll show that perhaps that you're doing much more than you claim you could do. So you have to be careful about this. Also, insurance companies, when you make a claim and submit it to the insurance company, they have these software programs that try to evaluate your claim, even though everybody's individual, everybody is injured in a different way, everybody has different limitations. They'll try to use a cookie cutter approach, so to speak, and treat everybody the same. So I foresee a time where there will be artificial intelligence that will be used to extrapolate these social media posts, to extrapolate these surveillance videos, these photographs that are taken, feed them into the program, and say, well, if this person is claiming to be injured and having these kinds of injuries and they're able to do these kinds of activities, what kind of real injuries have they suffered? And they'll do that to try to devaluate your case. And they will do that to make low offers on your case. So it'll force you either to take a terrible offer or to go to trial. And then they'll use this kind of information in front of a jury. So remember, if you're involved in an accident, either a car accident or a slip and fall accident in which you're injured, assume that you're being watched, either by video or photographs, or that your social media is being picked and that they're getting images and videos that they're going to try to use against you. So remember, when you're injured, come to my office. We will give you the advice that you need and let you know what the real world with AI and surveillance is nowadays. Thank you.
Hi there. I am an AI avatar reading a real Google review by Jordy L. Simply the best lawyer and got me a very good settlement. I'd recommend him to anyone. I know, thank you.
I can't say enough good things about Eli. Having worked for numerous attorneys, he is my favorite. He has handled numerous cases for my family, and I from personal injury to medical malpractice. He has overexceeded our expectations every time. We just broke the record recently on a hit and run I was involved in, settling the case in 3.5 weeks for more than I expected. Thanks, Elia. The Doral family.
It went very well with the lawyer. I highly recommend him 100%. All the staff are very friendly and they help you with any questions. Thanks for your review, Luis Enrique Lopez. It's appreciated.
Mr. Castronova was nothing less than a blessing. Going to court in pain is stressful beyond belief. But not only did he ensure I was comfortable, he did everything in his power to fight for my case. Best attorney around. Hands down. Thanks for your review, Lionel Coleman. It's appreciated.